everybody, and this is metaphysical science. Okay. I had to take a minute to get out of the metaphysical world. That's why I have not been downloading. I spent 3 weeks in the middle of the ocean, as it were. I am being metaphorical. In the middle of the ocean, paddling, drowning in the metaphysical. And then I got out of the ocean. I crawled out of the ocean, barely holding on to my life. And then I step onto the beach, and then at once I start working, but I didn't have my feet yet. I was all wobbly, and I was still going through transitional stuff, and it was really hard on me. It was really hard. So I just, my knees buckled, and I just fell, and I just collapsed onto the sand, and I said, stay right there, ho. Just stay right there. Don't move. Don't move, ho. Just stay right there until you are ready. And I am ready today, and I started with this is Paukama by EXO. I am sure they're gonna be YouTubing me with that copyright thing, and you can all read that. And it's one of my favorite songs ever. And I've started going to the gym like in the last 2 weeks. I actually finally crawled back to the gym after 2 years of them not seeing me, and I have started again, slow and steady, trying to get back to my rhythm of life. Okay, so I'm not going to waste too much time talking on this video, but I've decided to change direction of this psychic reading thing. Elevated witch doctors must do elevated things. Okay, so starting December 7, I'm going to start doing live readings. I'm literally gonna go on tour. Okay, I am going to go on tour. Okay, and a self-financed tour of these United States and Toronto, and hopefully by the end of next year, Johannesburg, land of my forefathers, right? So I'm going to go on tour, and I have set up December 7th if I can afford it as this, starting point of my tour. And I am going to do that whole psychic reading thing where people come into a room or a hall and I pick people to read. And I'm also going to be doing some healing because, like I said, elevated witch doctors must do elevated things. Okay? As you can see, I have my elevated insignia. I actually have 4 of these, but I've lost the other 3. I have to find them. So you're going to see this color black and white for a very long time. Okay. Because I don't know where the other 3 are. And I've also removed my bangles because bitch don't need them no more. Because I am an elevated witch doctor. So I'm taking my elevated witch doctoring on the road. And I am going to be doing some healing, some teaching about the ancestors, and lots of psychic readings. And I still have no idea what I'm doing and how I'm going to do it, but bitch knows she's going to do it. Okay? Bitch knows she's going to do it. Okay? That's what I know. I am copying a character from my book. Those who have read my work know that my ancestors literally give me true stories, and I write true stories. And there is a character from my book, The Trophy Wife. In the character, the trophy, Malaika, who becomes Janae, because she comes into America a sex slave, a child sex slave. She manages to get away from her slave master, and she recreates herself as an African American girl, as a stripper, and she throws everything African out the window. I haven't done that, but she did that for survival, and she takes on a whole new identity. And then she, as a stripper, as she's working, she is meeting all these great hip-hop artists. She falls in love with one, he falls in love with her. only for her to realize that had kept her son. The man who brought her into America as a sex slave, this is his son, right? In the trophy wife. Anyway, Malika, who turned into Janae, she was a fitness girl. She is a fitness girl. According to my ancestors, Malika right now, she is Janae. She is 15 years old and she is stripping somewhere in Atlanta using a fake ID. She hasn't yet married this hip-hop artist, but when she does, in 3 to 4 years time, you all get to meet her, hopefully, because this hip-hop artist is going to go through some real drug addiction issues and he's going to talk about her. Not all my characters, not all the people and stories I am given by my ancestors will happen, but this one definitely will. He will talk about his wife Janae, and this is in about 3 to 4, because she's 15. She marries him in 3 years time and they have a child in 4 to 5 years time, and he will talk about that. He will talk about it in an interview and how he beats drug addiction because of her, right? She may not be Janae, but the story is the same. He may not be Garland Carter, but the story is the same, right? So if you read The Trophy Wife in advance, you'll be way ahead of the curve. And when he finally starts talking, and if you guys are still into hip-hop that much, you will say, oh, I remember this damn story. You know what I mean? So anyway, Janae in The Trophy Wife, she decides to go on her own self-tour. She decides, fuck agents, fuck doing things big, fuck that, I'm just going to take myself on a tour. And because she wanted to start a fitness company and she wanted to do aerobic classes, and she decides, I'm just going to get off Instagram and I am going to tour, and I'm going to take my stripper money and I am going to pay for the halls, and I'm going to pay for the employees, and I'm going to pay for all that, and I am going to go from city to city in one state. She chose California, city to city in one state, and I am going to do these aerobic shows. That's what because she wanted this fitness company, which she eventually builds. But when she marries Garland, it sort of takes a back seat to her being with her husband, who's a drug addict, and she is his supporter through his recovery, right? So this is a true story, yo, and it broke my heart, and I cried when my ancestors were downloading it to me and everything, and it's still, all my books are my favorites, but I'm copying Janae. I am taking what I have made out of giving readings, and I am going to be looking for places to go where I can commune with you guys. It's time to get off this and get into the real world. It's time to show you all what my ancestors can really do when you're alive and in person with me. I probably will do like 3 hours long, and I'm gonna start small because I'm that bitch. I like to learn from my mistakes, so I'm gonna start small, and I know I'm not gonna break even, i.e. I have to buy airline tickets from Canada to the United States, and I'm bringing an assistant because every witch doctor has an assistant, and you know it's gonna cost money, and hotel expenses and booking the room, it's gonna cost me money, and I know I'm not gonna break even, but it's good for my soul. My soul needs it. Okay? My soul needs it. So I'm going to be doing that. And it's a wonderful time to be doing that, people, because, well, I'm not sure if it's wonderful for everybody, but I noticed when I was going through transition, and I was talking to people, and I was saying, every time I do a reading and every time I see somebody's future, I see a change in their lives after September. Not all the changes are major or huge. Not all the changes are great, but there is definitely a change after September. And I actually said to someone, I'm not traveling in September because the world will be on its axis and things are changing and people's lives are changing. Some people's lives are changing for the better. Some people's lives are changing for the good. Some people's lives No change at all, slight little changes. But the world is reorganizing itself for this phase. And I wish other metaphysical scientists would tell me otherwise. If you're a metaphysical scientist, please write it down in the comments. The world is shifting people, rearranging them, changing them for the new era. And it starts end of September. And isn't it odd that bitch decided in December for her soul? Because, I feel like I'm limiting myself. For my soul, I am going to come out there and do live shows. Even if it means I am losing money, I'm still going to do it because I know it is good for me. And like I said, elevated witch doctors must do elevated things. Okay. So, do me a favor, people. Share this video with as many people as possible. And 500,000 visitors. I've had 500,000 visitors to this YouTube page. 500,000. Okay? Visitors, tourists of this country, please write down which city and state you're from. Just write city and state because that's my research. For my first date, I'm going to pick the state with my most viewers. My first tour date is going to be the state with the most viewers. Because I ain't got money for advertising. This is all the advertising you're gonna get. Okay. So I am going to pick the state with most of my viewers. So please, as you're touring our country, just write down which city and states you're watching me from, so that a sister can elevate herself with some knowledge. Having said that, to the new arrivals, thank you. That's all we gotta say, because we've been waiting for you. We have your names, your placards up there. We are screaming your names. Thank you so much. To those who've stuck by this country through thick and thin, because there has been a lot of thick and a lot of thin. It's been a year, guys. It's been a year that I started uploading these things, so I am so grateful. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for telling your friends. Thank you for bringing yourselves here, and thank you for being well-behaved, great citizens. And now that I'm on my feet again, and I haven't, I'm not crawling, I am going to start downloading on a regular basis like I was doing before. Okay, so now you can look forward to new readings every week, because now I'm back on my throne with a different ancestor, but back on my throne. Okay, yes. During transcension is when ancestors, I had one ancestor for 1 year. She did a great job. The bitch was very entertaining, right? She was sitting on the throne. I now have a different ancestor sitting on the throne. Although I'm still working with the same team for these readings, this different ancestor's personality is going to come out a little bit, and you might see some changes, right? Okay. And for those who say, this is America, there is freedom of speech, and they leave all this garbage, guess what? You're not the only country with rights. In Canada here, it's enshrined in our constitution. It says you have every right to block a bitch. You have the freedom to block a bitch. Because we Canadians don't take rudeness. We don't take meanness. We don't take any of that stuff. Okay, we are polite. We fight while we are having tea. Okay, and I love that about me and mine. Okay, I am Canadian via the Republic of Zimbabwe in Africa, and we are just like that too, except those who are rioting right now, because they're going to be rioting on the streets, and they need to, because that's a safari park right there. But you know what I'm saying? We Canadians, we like to discuss things in an intelligent manner, okay? We don't like to throw out things. And as my elder said over there in Africa, he said they're just jealous people who come and say rude, ugly things to you and accuse you. Yeah, I had another one accusing me that I wasn't African and that I was lying about being African. Like, fuck it, bitch. Really? What do Africans look like? Can you please tell me what Africans look like to you? When you think of an African, what do you think she looks like? Okay? The bitch said that we Africans, we're not like wildebeest. And I've been to Africa. And I said, yeah, you're probably as ugly as Africa is right now, girl. Because let me tell you, we Africans are wildebeest. Why are we wildebeest? Because we are trained how to behave. It doesn't matter how different we look for you tourists and you people who come to our continent for 2 years or 3 years and you live there and you think you know us, but you actually spend most of your time with other Americans or other Europeans being expatriates and showing off over us. You don't come to our traditional functions. You don't come to our traditional funerals. You're not invited to our initiation classes and rituals. You're not invited to our circumcision rituals. You're not invited to shit. You don't know us. So don't come out here trying to dim a bitch's light, because that's what you were doing. You were trying to dim a bitch's light. Don't come out here trying to dim a bitch's light and trying to ruin me, or so you think, because you really think you have that power. And tell me about my own people when you didn't live my goddamn life. You don't know what it is like to be born a girl to any African culture. You don't know. You don't know shit. But you come out here because you are trying to break me, because you think you're that important. You think you're that special. Okay? And you tell me, shaking my damn head, you're a liar. I've been to Africa. Well, bitch, I was born there. And I live that reality every day. And when I go there, like I did this time around, I lived that reality. Don't talk about me and mine, you colonizer. You don't know us. You don't even know that we have sex the same way, because we are all taught how to have sex by the same people. Do you know that? Okay? You know what we choose to share with you, what we choose to show you. But we are wildebeest, and proudly so. Proudly so. Okay. Yeah, she made me very angry. Okay. Remember, people, in America, they may have freedom of speech and they may have, oh, this is a public forum. I can show the world that my mama didn't raise me right with my words, okay? They may have that. But over here in Canada, the Queen's country, okay, I have the right to block a bitch who ain't behaving herself verbally. Okay? My right is enshrined in the Canadian Constitution. And let us all remember, and I'm so sorry I've taken too much time, but I had great announcements. Let us all remember, people, that your freedom ends where mine begins. Alrighty? So, there's, you know what? This video is so long, I'm so like ashamed of even trying to start the reading right now. Oh God, but I want to tell you, in this year alone, I achieved what I came out here and told you I would achieve. As I am talking to you right now, an African American client of mine is in my village. Right in my village. Okay? Going through some of the rituals I went through. Okay? This is so exciting to me. I can't believe I did the ambassador thing, and one of my clients is actually there, and it happened so weird. It was so weird. I came back from Africa, and he emailed me and said, wow, how did it go? And I read the email and I felt the, oh my God, I wish I could do it. I wish I could do it. I wish I could do what she did. I wish I could just go where she went. So I said to him, You want to go? You want to go sleep in exactly the same room I was sleeping in my aunt's house, and you want to see similar witch doctors, and you want to do similar things? You want to do that? And he said yes. And I said okay. And I hooked him up with my family. He went straight to the village people where I was. He was sleeping in exactly the same bedroom I was sleeping in. And he's going through his rituals, and he feels so good and so happy. And he travels the world. You know, this is not something poor people like ourselves can do, but he can afford it. So he travels the world. You know, he bought his ticket, and 3 days later he was in my village. And my relatives are tickled pink, and the girls are wanting him right now. And he's going through the experiences, and and he thanked me by saying, you literally brought someone over here to experience my continent, my people, in a way that I never would have. And you know what? I remembered giving you guys that speech that I want to be ambassador. I want to bring Africa's children back home. Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? I did. And I have. I took one fish home. I took one fish home. And he is immersed in witch doctors, and they are all over themselves. I said there's too much excitement over there. There wasn't that much excitement for me. The excitement for me was like, oh, you came. Right there, every witch doctor is pulling out their finest tools, man. They are showing off. There's a lot of showing off going on over there. Anyway, if you are as financially secure as my client, and you don't want to be curious by asking me a billion questions and pretending to be my friend, but you're actually befriending my ancestors' knowledge, if you are really like my dragon clients, they're dragon. If you're like my dragon client, and you are just moved one day to go to Southern Africa, because this is Southern Africa, not West Africa, and you want to experience the whole village thing, you want to live in a real village and see Africans every day. We all speak English. And see Africans every day, and meet other witch doctors, and get healings from other witch doctors and whatever, and get all sorts of initiations done, and learn all sorts of things, and discover things about yourself you never knew, because he has discovered a whole lot of shit about himself that he never knew, and he's just saying, wow. And I'm just saying, yeah, that grandma, she was never that good with me. She wasn't that good. She wasn't telling me anything I didn't know. I didn't discover myself when I was with her. I was just like, okay, I know that. You know what I'm saying? But I know she's excited, because most of them have never met an African American. They've never met a black person from America. Most of them don't even know that a black person exists in the United States. The few that do have traveled, but most of them don't know. So they are really excited, and they are really paying him way too much attention. I can't promise you that my clan will be as excited to see you as they are excited to see this client of mine. I can't promise you, because he probably ruined it for everybody. But I have so many other places I can send you where my elder witch doctors are at, and you can still get similar experiences in other clans. And so, you know, guys, when I say I wanted to be an ambassador and I was laughing at myself, bitch did that. Okay, now it's almost 30 minutes and I still haven't started my reading, and my reading is an update on Tristan, Jordyn, and Kylie, whom I believe got married this weekend. I believe she and boyfriend tied the knot, but we don't know for sure. But I that's what I sensed. I sensed it. I sensed that she became a married woman. I sensed a few months ago that she got engaged. Kylie is that girl who keeps secrets. She keeps secrets, right? She keeps secrets. and then she will tell us all about it long after it's done, because she likes to keep her private life to herself. She's like Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson kept her first 2 marriages secret. I really do believe a marriage happens there. But even if it didn't, even if my ancestors are seeing otherwise, in the metaphysical, Kylie and that man are viewed as husband and wife, right? In the metaphysical, there are no baby mamas and there are no baby daddies. But I wish in reality there would be no baby mamas and no baby daddies. I wish in reality that part of America was just like Africa, where men are honorable and they marry the women they have kids with. Right? I wish that. So I am going to do an update on Tristan and Jordyn, and I am going to then, and Jordyn and Kylie, I'm not so worried about her man. What the hell is her man's name? Oh, I'll look it up later. I'm not so worried about that relationship, right? Because I can do an update on Kylie and her man another time. You know, I'm going to start slow. You gotta give a bitch some time. I'm going to start real slow, and this is my start. But from now on, I will be downloading. I can't give a week, a day of the week, because my ancestors work the way they want to, but I will be downloading every week starting now. Okay? So, okay. Oh, my goodness. I was just giving a private reading. And you know, I've got new shells, people. I got new shells. I got new shells. I finally did the rituals to bring in the new shells. So anyway, I was giving a private reading. And so now, let me just clean. I no longer use tobacco to get rid of evil. I've graduated to water. The new ancestor who is sitting on my throne uses water to cleanse. Do I miss my other ancestor who sat on my throne? Yeah, I do. I miss her. She was such fun. I miss her. And I'm going to miss her. I mean, she's still there. She's just not the voice that now just tells me things, right? I miss her. I miss her. So she's still there, though, because she was naughty as hell. And she always used to say, I'm a hoe, right? So today we did a whoring thing. So I know she's still there. I know she's still. I love you, great-great-great-great-grandma. I love you. Okay, so, this we're doing with great-great-great-great-grandma because my ancestor who's sitting on the throne believes there's something they can do live. They want to do it live with me, and I'm so grateful for that. So anyway, we are going to do Tristan and Jordyn, okay? We're going to do an update on the relationship that should have stayed together, should have worked, but now is going to the dogs. Okay. Tristan. See, like we saw, Tristan is very depressed right now. Very depressed. And I guess he has a baby mama also called Jordyn, because she's like taking advantage of this guy's depression. She's like spending more time with him. She's like hoping that they'll get it together and they'll become a couple again, because she really loves this man, right? But his heart is with the second Jordyn. He really thought that he and the second Jordyn could make it, and he really begged her to come back to him. That's what I'm seeing in this plate. He begged her to come back to him and all that, and it's not working, and he is so depressed. I do believe this man is going through his very first heartbreak ever. How about that? Okay. Ever. That is shocking to me. So now let's call Jordyn. 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 Once again, we were never really meant to know this girl. She's out of sync. And maybe when the world rights itself again, end of September, she may, with time, go into oblivion. Worse than the last. Okay. Yes, we might hope she goes into oblivion because we were not supposed to know this girl at all, right? But somehow she was pushed in front of us, which means that there was someone else we were supposed to know, and we are never going to get to know that someone else because Jordyn has taken her place into the limelight. This is a very boring chick. This chick here has got absolutely nothing going for her except that she comes from wealthy people. This chick makes the great wife. I understand why Tristan is really heartbroken because she makes the best wife for him because she is dull as dishwater, boring as fuck, and a female who knows her place. And I fear that the limelight, because she's sitting in this plate, sitting and shading herself like this because the limelight is too great for her. So I really feel that with time, if this girl persists standing under the lights that belongs to someone else, she is gonna go into drugs heavy. Big time. Because, she used to dabble. She's going to go into drugs big time. And she's going to go into things she shouldn't be in. Okay? Yeah. She is on the brink of just like going over the cliff. God, and here I was thinking I wouldn't have as much fun with this transition because I'm getting to know a new personality. But no, we're rocking and rolling. We're going. Anyway, she is actually on the brink of destruction, and if she doesn't stop at some point soon, she was gonna have to go through the rehab thing because the light is too bright. Okay, so Tristan and Jordyn. This was love. As you can see, I am sticking to my old camera because I just did not fall in love with the other camera. I just tried it. The volume didn't come out well for me. The focus was even worse than this. So until I get a cameraman, and hopefully I will elevate and get a cameraman, you're stuck with this, guys, for the rest of your lives coming here. Okay, so anyway, this was love. This was amazing love. This was great love. This was the height of love. Okay, there was definitely a pregnancy right here saying ngah. And I worried about what she was going to do about that. And I'm sure we all know what she did about that, right? Yeah, she did what she always does. And it's not her first. There's another one here. It's not her first. She's pretty careless with her contraception. And yeah, she gets that business done. She gets it sorted. So anyway, this is her, and this is him and his harem. This is literally his harem. This is Chloe and child, the other baby mama and child, and there's this one here who is pregnant. I don't know. But there is a pregnant female. This is a new shell, people, and it is so cool. It's got a shell inside a shell. It's amazing. These are land shells from Southern Africa. So now I've got a mix of land and seashells. It's so cool. So anyway, there is a pregnancy here. There is somebody who's having his baby, so he's gonna end up with 3 baby mamas. But will we know about her, or will she be gagged? You know, the gag order of Basketball Wives that had that baby mama screaming at OG about, why would you say gag? You're a baby mama, bitch. Just like, don't fool yourself. A baby mama is a baby mama. Whether he wanted the kids or he didn't want the kids, you're a baby mama. Okay? Okay, just, that's your culture. Some of us over there in Southern Africa, we are wives. You gotta be wife number 1 or wife number 2 or wife number 3. You are still a wife. Having a child with a married man equalizes his marriage, literally dissolves his marriage and equalizes you just by having his baby. It literally dissolves his marriage and equalizes you. And now he has 2 wives and 2 families. Because, you know, in Southern Africa, we kind of worked that into our culture, right? Yeah. And yeah, that's just the way it is. But over here, you're just his baby mama. And stop screaming, okay, about gag orders. Because I was watching Basketball Wives, because I was trying to get my new ancestor to learn about African Americans. Yes, I have to teach them from scratch. I have to watch things and I have to do things for them to see the rhythm of life. I will do another video on this whole thing, because I thought I should do another video on this whole transcension thing and how it works and how it affects me as a person and how it would affect you, how it affects every witch doctor, right? So anyway, I had to watch Basketball Wives so that they can tell. I was like, behold, African Americans. So I watched Basketball Wives, I watched Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of DC, and my ancestors really liked the DC wives. They really loved Monique, Real Housewives of DC. They really loved her. They thought she had the purest soul out of all the women in all the housewives that I showed them. They really loved Monique. They said she has the purest soul and she is lost. These women should not be her friends. Okay. So anyway, let's get back to, you see, I'm rambling. Okay, so let's get back to Jordyn and Tristan. Okay, so this is Jordyn all on her own, and we know what she did, right? And this is Tristan and his women, and there are 3 women, like I said, right? No need for recap. And there is a pregnant one, right? But there is no commitment here. This is like a jump off or something. There is no commitment, but there is another child coming. And whether we'll hear about the child or not is another matter. But there is definitely a pregnancy and another kid coming for Tristan. And Tristan is very far removed from all his women. And of course, he's far removed from Jordyn, because this is Jordyn's life now. Jordyn is chasing fame and money. Her entire focus is based on fame and money, and she gave up this pregnancy for fame and money. But please notice the direction her thing is facing. It's not facing where it should face for success. It is actually facing where it shouldn't face, right? That way. Those who've taken readings from me have taken the time to explain this. When a triangle is facing away from me, that's a negative answer. That means that what you are doing is destructive to yourself, and at the end of the day, there are consequences. And in this instance, it's not really failure, it is a breakdown of some kind, right? She is going to break down because the fame is too much for her. It's too much. Look at this very pretty new shell right here. I'm so afraid of breaking it. The fame is too much for her. The limelight is too much. The glare is too much. But you know, she wants the money. She needs the money. Even though she doesn't need the money because she's a trust fund kid, she still wants the money. And she has walked away from all her values and principles and all the things that this man, Tristan, fell in love with her for. She's becoming what he never wanted her to be. What he would always hate. So is there hope for this relationship? Let's ask. Because I'm kind of sad for them. I'm kind of sad for both, because Tristan is actually very sad. He's very devastated. He's like, oh, all this money and no happiness. All this money and no true woman who really loves me. Because Tristan really believes that his baby mama number one was using him. And he believes that Chloe was using him. There was never any love between him and Chloe. And this pregnant one, he believes, was using him too. He really thinks Jordyn was the only one who loved him, but now he's not sure. He is weeping in his bed, literally. Let's just be honest. Let's just call things by their proper names. Okay? He's weeping in his goddamn bed very quietly while he's lying next to some, bootylicious creature. He's still weeping in his goddamn bed. He feels lonely. He feels lost. He feels like, oh my God, there is no end to this fuckery. Okay. So, what's gonna happen to this relationship that has died? See, I forgot the question I was gonna ask in the first place. What's gonna happen to this relationship that has died? What's gonna happen to this relationship that has died? What's gonna happen? Well, they're gonna just move on. Literally. They're gonna struggle through it. They're just gonna struggle through it. This is Tristan and this is Jordyn, and Jordyn is just gonna get better looking for us. Oh my God, she's going to get better looking. She's going to become more beautiful for us, because she's just going to get better looking for us, and we're just going to be like impressed. They will never go back to their relationship, right? Because the triangle is facing that way. They will never go back to their relationship again. It's a done deal. And once again, there is a woman from the past, but I know who it is. It's Jordyn, the other Jordyn. She is telling Tristan, I love you, I love you. He doesn't love her at all, but he's entertaining himself with her right now, but he doesn't love her at all. But this relationship, it's so dead and gone. Look at this. Jordyn literally severed ties. She wasn't playing, and she just wanted to live an authentic lifestyle, and she wasn't going to pretend that they broke up. She wasn't playing. She severed ties. Okay. In the relationship world, what's going to happen to Tristan? Is Tristan going to get a new girlfriend? Is Tristan going to get a new girlfriend? Is Tristan going to get a new girlfriend? Believe it or not, Tristan is going to debut the pregnant one. Okay. They may not debut their child, but he's going to debut the pregnant one. And this is very interesting, and I'm a little surprised. No, I'm more than surprised. These shells are saying Tristan has a family with this bitch. There's one child, there's a miscarriage, and there's another in the belly. So she may have been a secret jumper for a very long time. She may have been the secret mistress, the secret whatever. But he may not debut her publicly. But she's going to get the man. Not unless if Jordyn is the one who's going to get pregnant. Unless if Jordyn is going to get pregnant again with him. But this is an already pregnancy. The pregnancy is already in motion. It's about 6 or 7 months, so we would know, right? And she has a child. It may not be his, but she has a child. This is her second child. And believe it or not, he's going to gravitate in that direction. So Jordyn, the one who really loves him and who wants him back, because she really does. Here she is with her baby. She really loves him. She's not going to get him. He's actually going to go to the pregnant one. Very interesting. Okay, Jordyn. Is Jordyn going to have any boyfriend? Jordyn's love life for the future. 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 Okay, there are a lot of men who want Jordyn. See, her past pregnancy comes out. She was pregnant. Yeah, her past pregnancy comes out. Okay, there are a lot of men who want Jordyn. All eyes are on her. She's like the latest conquest. Men who never thought they would get Jordyn are now chasing Jordyn. She has now become available. You know what I'm saying? She used to be too high class for them to approach her. Now she's not that high anymore, and they are approaching her, and there are a lot of men who want her. Okay, a lot of men, and she's working with most of them. But wanting her is not loving her, if that makes sense. You get it, right? They want her, but they're not loving her. However, there is going to be a really open and public relationship for Jordyn. These are two lovebirds clinging to each other, and it's real. It's not a lie. This relationship is going to be hot. It's going to be heavy. It's going to be in front of our eyes. It's not a lie. This is a real relationship. So now I'm going to ask about the relationship and remove all the other men who want her. Who Jordyn's relationship with this man? Who is this man Jordyn is going to have a relationship with? Who is this man Jordyn is going to have a relationship with? Who is this man Jordyn is going to have a relationship with? Let's see. Oops. Okay. The relationship is not going to work out. There is a problem with this man's temper. This is fascinating as hell. I'm always fascinated though, right? Okay, so this is Jordyn. This is the guy. Right? And the shell fell on his side. So Jordyn is going to kick him to the curb. Jordyn is the one who's gonna dump him. And he is very accomplished. He's come a very long way. See, Jordyn had money. Money did everything for Jordyn, but he has come a very long way. Jordyn is more in love with this man than he is in love with her. Do you see the triangles are really facing him? You know, she is in love. His triangle is facing that way. He isn't in love. He isn't in love with her at all. He's not. But as time goes on, she's going to come to terms with it. She's going to accept it. And then she's going to ditch him. He has, during the time that she is so in love with him, he will be concentrating more on his baby mama. Yeah, he has a baby mama. And he'll be concentrating more on her. And when she leaves his life, he's basically just going to be with his baby mama. So basically, he's cheating on his baby mama with her. But maybe they all have gag orders and stuff like that. The baby mama is okay with it because, you know, he's paying the rent. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be public. It's going to be hot and heavy. I get that he sings. He might be one of my hip-hop artists. You know, the ones I psychically see. He sings, and he is pretty famous, and he has been famous for a long time, and he is very much in demand and has been in demand for a long, long time. And he sings. You know, he's a major artist, and their relationship shall be blasted everywhere. In fact, they might be starting to blast this relationship soon because I hear his management saying it'll be good for his brand. You know what I'm saying? But he's actually in love with a woman who recently gave birth to his child. Not recently, maybe like a year ago. That's his home right there. That's his family. But for some reason, we don't know about his family. But will we know? Will there be news that they've broken up? Let's ask. Will there be news that Jordyn's man has broken up with his wife? Or will there be news that Jordyn's man has broken up with his wife? Let us see. No, it's going to be hidden from us. Like they hide their real lives, and they should. Damn it. We are too invasive. We're always minding their business. They should. We are too invasive. We're always minding their business. We're always doing some shit here and there. So yeah, they should hide their real lives from us, so that I can have a job, man. So that I can look into their real lives and write my erotic book series, the hip hop, whatever, and I can do this in front of you all, and we can all be entertained and forget our problems for just a second. So yeah, they will not. The fact that he has a woman with a kid is going to be hidden from us. The fact that he actually has a family is going to be hidden from us, as they try to sell us the story of his relationship with Jordyn. And it's gonna work. We're gonna fall for it because we're dumb like that. We always fall for it. Yeah, it's gonna work. However, let's go back to his real family, okay? After he does the Jordyn shenanigans, she has another child and then another child. But whether we will hear about that, it looks like it's a no. It looks like at the end of the day, Jordyn is just gonna be on her own, and we won't know the mess, his whole situation. We won't know his reality. Does that make sense? We won't know his reality because this is all his life, right? And it's all hidden. And all we're gonna say is, oh, they broke up. But Jordyn would be trying to snatch another woman's man. But then, of course, where can you get another man? You can only get him from another woman, so there's no problem there. He didn't belong to a lion or a cheetah, damn it. He didn't belong to a leopard. He belonged to a female. Every man belongs to a female, and the female has to snatch him from another female. That's how nature works. That's how nature works. So anyway, it's gonna cause a heartbreak, and it might actually be what tips her over the edge, and she goes. But maybe her mother might be smart and put an end to this before it finishes her daughter. Or maybe the universe, as it is turning on its axis, will do right by Jordyn. So now let's take Jordyn and Kylie and their relationship and see where that's going. Jordyn. Once again, the girl who likes to live in shadows comes and she sits and she's like this. Really, Jordyn spends a lot of her life like this, with their head down. Have you ever met people like that who just spend a lot of their lives like this and only come alive when a penis is whipped out of its pants? Have you ever met those females who only come alive when a penis is whipped out of its pants and she's like, yes, Lord, yes. But most times when she's with you, she's like, and she's like, well, in Africa, we have lots of them. I don't know about African American. I don't know about the Caucasian world or the Asian world. But in Africa, we have a lot of girls like that. But the moment a penis is whipped out, she changes her entire personality. She becomes the lioness, you know. She becomes the huntress. And then when the penis goes back in its pants, she's back to, you know, we have a lot of those. A lot. Anyway. Hi! Because I want to be done soon because this is a long video. Kylie! Interestingly enough, Kylie's not happy right now. This is her birthday. Something didn't go her way. So perhaps the wedding we were seeing that she wanted did not happen. But I'm not doing Kylie and that guy. What's his name? Travis. Okay, I'm not doing them yet. Maybe next week as an update. But right now I'm doing Kylie and... But something she expected to happen did not happen. And if it happened, it depressed her. It made her unhappy. Something is out of sync with this woman. What we see in the pictures and so on about her amazing life is not exactly what is going on in her reality. Her reality is miserable. She is missing Jordyn. Jordyn is not missing Kylie. Hey, let's see what's going on with these two. Ooh! Yeah, this is a friendship that is dead. They literally killed it. Jordyn has a way of not wanting to pretend. She has a way of saying, I want to live my truth. I want to live my truth. I've spent years faking it. I've spent years hiding my truth. And I want to live my truth. Jordyn is definitely the one who has changed here. She has changed dramatically. Not Kylie. It's Jordyn. And so in this friendship, and Jordyn wants nothing to do with Kylie anymore. So in this friendship, this is Kylie and her daughter. And they're really missing Jordyn. And you can see how big Kylie is. Look at how big Kylie's shell is compared to Jordyn. This is Jordyn right here. And her shell is pointing to the left. Her shell is like, I'm out of here, bitch. I'm done with you. Her shell is pointing to the left. She is marching away. She is marching away. And what is sad about this reading for me is that Kylie's daughter misses her. Kylie's daughter wants her back and Kylie wants her back. But her daughter especially is very attached to Jordyn. And Jordyn is like, no, I got to live my life. I'm done with this non-disclosure agreements, and I'm done with faking and lying. I want to live my life. I want to be free. I'm not in prison. She's basically saying that I'm not in prison. I am free. I want to live my life. I don't care about being in your circle because I want to be free. And so right at this moment, this relationship is dead. It is really, really dead because this one, Kylie is pursuing Jordyn. Jordyn is running because Jordyn doesn't want to be in Kylie's life because she wants to live her life out in the open. So would they ever be friends again? I'm feeling that they will be. Let me ask the question. Will Kylie and Jordyn be friends again? Will Kylie and Jordyn be friends again? Will Kylie and Jordyn be friends again? Okay, let's pick 3. 1, 2, and 3. It's a 50-50 chance. There's a yes and a no. It's a 50-50 chance, but the no is stronger than the yes. So let me say a 60-40 chance. There's a 60 chance that it's a no and a 40 chance that it's a yes. So I'm going to do it again because I like. Will Kylie and Jordyn be friends again? Will Kylie and Jordyn be friends again? Will Kylie and Jordyn be friends again? Sometimes you gotta ask 3 times, and then if you keep getting the 50-50 or the 50-40 or whatever, still leaning more towards the no. Still leaning more towards the no. And basically what it is saying now, it is saying that Kylie's fame is the reason why they can't be friends again. Even though Jordyn still loves Kylie, she can't go back to that great world of secrets, glitz, and glamour. She just can't do it. She just won't do it. So I'm gonna ask another question just to trick the metaphysical. Will Kylie and Jordyn get together again? Get together, not be friends, but get together. Will Kylie and Jordyn get together again? Will Kylie and Jordyn get together again? You know, may they have play dates or whatever with... That's a definite yes. So they may not be friends anymore and that friendship may be dead. But, you know, they're going to get together for play dates with the baby. And, you know, you never know. They might mend it while they are play dating. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I would want them to be friends. I am feeling more sorry for Kylie than I am for Jordyn, because Kylie's soul is so lonely. Those friends she's being seen with, the Stassies and so on, they don't really have friends. She doesn't really like them. They don't really vibe. She misses her bestie so much. But at the same time, I understand her bestie saying, no, this is my get out of jail card and I'm going to use it. I understand that too. I do. But I still feel sorry for her. On that note, I'm going to leave it here. I may do an update on Kylie and Tristan. I sensed as I was throwing the shells, because, you know, I'm an elevated witch doctor now. I sense there's an element of abuse in this relationship. I sense that Kylie, with all her billions, is actually an abused woman. It might be psychological, it might be social, it might be emotional, or it might be physical, but definitely there's an element of abuse from Travis to Kylie. But we'll check that out in the next episode. Okay. Okay, so I'm really liking my transcending. How about you? This ancestor is even more hilarious, in my opinion, with their words and the way they do things than the last one. But I still love my great-great-grandma. I love you. Okay, guys, and I am done for today. And I am going to put clips of my trip on the next video that I'm going to do, talking about the transition. I'm not going to do it today. Okay. Okay, but I'm going to put clips of my transition ceremony. One of them that I could film, because I had like 30 and I couldn't film most of them. All of them, really, except this one. One of them that I couldn't film, I am going to share it when I do my transition video, and I tell you why we transcend, why we become stronger, and the things that we do to get us there, so that those of you who are thinking of following the ancestors could do that. And in the meantime, and next time, not this time, but maybe in a couple of weeks, I will, hopefully you've all written your cities and your states. And hopefully tourists have helped out a sister by also writing their city and their state. Because this bitch here, she's going on the road. Okay? I'm taking this show on the road. It's time for elevated witch doctors to do elevated things. Okay? So I'll talk to you all later. Lots of love and kisses. Be kind to each other. Be generous to one another. Kill the jealousy, because jealousy is the reason for bad words and bad statements and the horrible things that we do to each other. Kill the jealousy. Instead of envying someone else's light, okay? Let your light shine, because you also have one. Okay? See you next time. Bye.